Hi, Mary. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good, good. So
Good.
today, let's talk about working parents because with all of the things going on in the world, with COVID, with work moving from offices and homes, with the school being up in the air and so many decisions, working parents have so much on their plate, so much on their mind, so much decision fatigue just happening just on a day-to-day basis. And like really managing all of the roles that working parents have to do, so from taking care of the kids to showing up and leading their teams and completing all the things in the day to day. So I'd love to just kind of walk through what matters most, because all of us are always trying to be more efficient and more effective, but especially when you are playing all these roles at the same time, which is something that's different. What matters most to brain health, to being able to do this well, to being able to make sure that we're getting all the things done in the best way possible. So let's talk about that today.
Okay. Well, as a neuroimmunologist, I'm sure everyone's putting their brain first. So they think like, what can I do for my brain this week
I
or
think
today? I'm sure they are. So, you're managing a family, a household, and work. So, I like to be efficient and not waste time and do what is most important, right? So we know there's like three main categories that really help our brain be optimal during the day. So one is connecting with humans, which looks different, right? So when we plan out our week, we think, okay, how am I going to connect with somebody outside our family? So there's some interesting studies showing that if we have one person outside our household that we connect with on a personal level, our health is better. It helps our brain to have to associate with another human. So that's important. So you want to hit connection in your week and make sure you pencil it in. And some people like you, health coaches will tell us you put it in your calendar right under a certain color and it's your time and you have to pencil it in. And then what about your lifestyle? So do you put in, so I look at my week and I think, well, where can I put in a meditation? Where can I put in yoga? Try to get that in at least once a week. And then where's my exercise? I like to run at least 2 days a week and walk other days or run a little bit more and try to do a little bit of weights here and there. So what are my mornings looking like so I can get that in? Maybe it's going to be an evening walk instead of a morning walk. So I look at my week and plan it out and be intentional about it. And then, of course, it's like meal prep. So how do I make sure that my meals are easy and ready? So I'm getting vegetables and good, healthy proteins and some good, healthy fats for our brain, because our brain needs really good nutrition to work optimally. The other thing these days, a huge priority is sleep. So it's very hard to sleep in a stressful time. So we have to do everything we can to get a good night's sleep. So sometimes that means looking at your day, because what we put in our day will either help or hurt our sleep. So a lot of alcohol before bed makes it harder to sleep, or it wakes us up in the middle of the night, if we drink right before bed. So if you're going to have any alcohol, don't put it right before bed, because it'll make you wake up at 2 in the morning and you'll be super frustrated. And then you want some activity during the day so that you sleep well. If we have a good night's sleep, we make better decisions the next day. We can take data and we can use our executive function. So how does our brain work? Taking data, put it all together, make good decisions. So sleep is imperative for how our brain can be optimal. So all of those things, connection, lifestyle, and emotional processing. So that's where, like for me, I'll do the meditation because that helps me think about emotions and learn how to process them. Sometimes journaling. I'll just make myself twice a week write something down about emotions, and that helps me, kind of see it on paper and process it. Or maybe that's the time with connection, taking some time to process emotions. So connection, lifestyle, emotional processing. Those are ways to optimize brain health and brain function. So yeah, so just look at your week and pencil it in and make it a priority, because it's what keeps us at work as working parents, right? So if we want to stay in that role, we need to take care of the organ that helps us be there. So
Yeah,
that's
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 huge. Well, I
it's
think that
possible. You just have to be intentional, right? You have to be intentional about it.
yes, and highlighting those spheres, which are like our framework for what we help people do on a regular basis, is so hugely important because they are based in the research. So understanding, like, imagine if you could go through your week and you knew that you were meeting a friend and checking that box in connection,
Mm-hmm.
and you were working out consistently throughout the week and filling yourself up and your family with good nutrition, because when you do, then your brain's working better, you know your sleep's working better, all those things are happening. And then imagine if you could, you know, have those grounding foundations set so you could handle all of the emotional pieces, because especially working parents, you're managing not only your emotions but those around you, and with things constantly in flux and changing, it's hard to function optimally and keep all those balls in the air. So yeah, thank you for highlighting those like things, because I think also we're always navigating what matters most. So knowing that like those are the things that matter most is so hugely important, because then when you look back on your week, you can think like, okay, everything didn't go perfectly, but I did check these boxes of things that matter most. And then hopefully too, you can see those actual results in by getting good sleep and by connecting with people and by filling yourself up and moving your body. Then you can see how you're able to handle things better, which is obviously because you're taking great care of your brain, mind, body, all those things. So yes, that's huge. And this is, you know, what we love to work with clients on. So if this is something that's really speaking to you, like, how do I make this happen more in my life, and give me a little more info on the research, then please reach out to us. We love sharing this message and how it can hugely impact your brain, and then of course those around you too. So
yeah, just imagine if, you know, your week is just smooth. You know, it's not perfect. Of course, there's always bumps in the road, but you realize, why is this week better than last week? Because you did these actions. So just imagine, you know, that you're like, yeah, I didn't waste my time. I did what matters. And it definitely help the work be more optimal.
Right. And I think it's like really putting the meat behind like, oh, I should do that. When you know, like from your research and from research on brain health that you're interpreting for us, you know that this actually matters so much. It's not just like a should type of thing. So
yeah. Good luck, everybody. You can do it.
Yes. Thanks.